Hey, I'm Thomas with Believe in the Run,
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
and today we are talking about the much anticipated New Balance
FuelCell.
TC.
That's a T, that's a C.
Shoot, what does TC stand for,
It
Robbie?
stands for Training and Competition.
It's not for totally cool.
I mean, it is totally cool.
It is
like
cool.
you.
Oh,
It's Valentine's Day,
It
so
is.
thought I should throw that out.
thank you, Robbie.
You're
Your
welcome.
roses are coming. Let's get into the shoe because I really enjoyed running this, and so did Megan, and so did Adrian. Now, Robbie, you did all the editing for our reviews. In other words, we give Robbie a dump of words that
And then I just
form a
craft
review.
them into a beautiful
Yeah.
bouquet of roses.
Yeah. Sometimes he takes our humor and bumps it up a notch, which is nice. And sometimes, like me, I'm just naturally funny, so it doesn't need much help.
Yep.
But a lot of times, the funny is really coming from this guy. Anyway, that's enough about Robbie. Let's get on with the shoe.
It's never enough.
And a lot of people thought this shoe was going to be the one to compete with the Vaporfly, and they were wrong.
Yeah, coming out, we knew there was a carbon plate shoe coming out from New Balance, and it was not the one to go against the Vaporfly. Instead, it was the training model.
Yeah.
That said, there is a shoe coming out to compete against the Vaporfly, and that's the RC.
Yeah, and that was the thing, like we started seeing people post these pictures of this shoe is now this super shoe and this shoe is now this super shoe. And I said to the people, people, that's not the super shoe. That's the
It's
training shoe. We saw the RC at Trey last December,
With their own eyes.
and what I can tell you about that, because I know you want to know, we got to give the people what they want, right, Robbie?
Got
Yeah, trolling hard. Anyway, the RC is a lower stack, smoother looking shoe. It looks like it's going to be awesome, built on this fuel cell foam. And that's the exciting thing about this shoe is the fuel cell foam. It's got bounce, it's got pop. Put in a plate in there, and all of a sudden you got bounce,
Boom.
pop, and a lever to push you forward.
And the Fuel Cell isn't a new foam. We've seen it last year with the Fuel Cell Rebel, Propel, or even the Myler shoe, the 5280.
I mean, this is pretty much you took the Rebel, it went to your local Gold's Gym, went in the bathroom, talked to this guy named Stan, and then shot up and became the monster that this shoe is.
I'm like a terrible
You mean 'cause
embodiment of that.
we don't have the muscles? Like,
Sorry.
it's coming. We're working on our muscles, but you can tell we're not using steroids.
We'll have to get a Nixon.
Clean sport.
We'll have to
Kara
get.
Goucher hit me up. Anyway, it has a really nice upper. It's a light mesh. Breathe it. Easy for me to say. Breathes extremely well. It's almost too breathable in this winter temps where I'm running in these really colder temperatures. My foot was cold.
Piggies be freezing.
Yeah, it was cold. But when I went down to Florida and ran this, breathed great. It was a fun shoe to run in. You've got a really thin racing tongue to keep that weight down. One thing that's different about it, it's not attached, and it has little like bumps on the inside of the tongue that hold it in place and keep it locked in over the top.
Would you call them taste buds on the tongue?
Actually, that would be a great name for them. See, this is why he does the editing.
You're welcome. New
Yeah, that
Balance.
was really good. Anyway, it's like that's like a cat's tongue, just sits right on top there. Then you come back and you've got that familiar elf heel that we're seeing in a lot of shoes. I don't even know if it's called an elf heel. I call it an elf heel.
It is now at
Yeah.
this point.
It's a Peter Pan shoe. Anyway, it holds your foot in, it locks it in without rubbing against your Achilles, so that's nice. I did find when I was trying to pick up the pace and go a little faster, I wanted to do the lacing trick to lock down my heel. I just think when you get these stiff shoes, they tend to lever. If you're not being efficient, it can pull away from your heel because it doesn't have a lot of flex. As we talked about earlier, this Fuel Cell midsole is a joy to run in. You edited Adrian's review. She did a 15K in this and crushed.
Yeah, Adrian actually raced in this shoe, even though it's not meant for racing, but I guess she thought it was.
You can race in training
Yeah,
and
you
competition.
can, and competition. So she competed in it. She came in second place overall.
In Houston, which is a very competitive running
Yeah.
community, so I was impressed.
Yeah, she loved the shoe. She thought it was, her and Thomas said the exact same thing. They both thought it was a Fuel Cell Rebel on steroids.
Yeah, so if you like the Fuel Cell Rebel, you'll really enjoy running in this shoe. I actually think this kind of competes with the Rebel, like, because the Rebel, I was like, you could use that for tempo days, and then switch into a racing shoe. I feel like this is going to be your notch above your daily trainer. You're going to want to use this on days where you feel like going faster. Even on days where I was doing easy runs, I ended up running faster because it just has that bounce and that pop.
So if you're a fan of the Rebel and this shoe, where would you say they both fit into each other?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know, because the Rebel was a faster tempo day shoe, and it might be for somebody who wants more flexibility in the midsole, because this has no flex and it's got that plate. So if somebody prefers a more natural ride, they might want to choose the Rebel. If you want to have a faster feel, you could even use this as a racing companion to the Rebel if you wanted. I think this works for a lot of people. It's got a wider platform, so say that you're not someone who's going to be running 5 to 6 minute miles. The shoe still feels stable. It doesn't feel wonky under the foot. You're going to be able to run slower paces in this, but still benefit from that really nice cushion and that plate that moves you forward.
Great. Moving on to the outsole, I can see that there's a decent amount of rubber on there. How did that feel for you, and as far as traction and maybe even weight?
Yeah, I don't know how much the rubber played into the weight. It did provide great traction. I think the rubber's in the right spot. I've got over 40 miles in this pair, and I mean, they look brand new. I don't see a limit on these to how many miles you can get. You're going to decide when it doesn't feel good, but after several double-digit runs, they still felt bouncy and cush when I put them on. I'm actually going to let Jared try these because he's got a wide foot, and I think it can accommodate that. See if he can try it out and see how he feels.
And New Balance is no stranger to the wide foot crowd, so
yeah,
hopefully they have a version of that coming out in the near future.
Yeah. So you're looking at a 10 millimeter drop, and it's a 30-20 differential, so they're legal if you wanted to race in them.
Very legal.
Yeah.
10 millimeters under.
Super legal. So for my size 10 and a half, these weighed 9.9 ounces or 281 grams, which isn't the lightest.
It's not the lightest, but it's not totally insane. It's probably around the 9 ounce mark for a size 9.
It is.
Yeah, but for a faster trainer.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at some of the super shoes are coming down. We reviewed the Hyperion Elite. That's in the 7s. The Nike Vaporfly is obviously in the 7s for my size 10.
Even the Hyperion Tempo, that's coming in there. Yeah. Same things.
No plate in that, though.
No, correct.
So what's the price on these, Rob?
So these are actually come in at $200, which is a little pricey for a tempo shoe or maybe just an extra trainer in your arsenal. I mean, that's at the top tier of shoes. Yeah. Like, unless it's a true race day racer.
You know, it competes though with the Nike Tempo that's coming out and the Turbo at around $180. So you're paying a little bit more.
Or any on shoe.
So these are going to be available by the time this is edited. And the RC, when's that come out?
So the RC actually comes out on March 24th. Interestingly enough, just in time to get into that four month rule for the Olympics. So I'm sure they had to kick some stuff into high gear with that. So it's going to sneak right in there, though. Now, they did say it's going to be a limited release. It will be available to the public, but I don't know how many are going to come out there.
All right, great. So that is the New Balance FuelCell TC. We gave everybody who reviewed this gave it a thumbs up. So yeah. This one's a keeper. Do us a favor, hit the like button.
Subscribe to us on here, obviously.
Yep. Follow us on Instagram.
And like us on Facebook.
Join our Facebook group. And you know what?
If you really love us, which if you're watching
it's Valentine's Day.
I mean, come on, it's the week of love.
Yeah. What should they do if
they
do
something extra special for us?
Yeah. If you, what should they do?
Join our Patreon.
All right.
That's where all the real love is.
That's it. So, yeah.
All right. Should I go along?
Robbie, go along.
We'll have to get like Nick Simmons up in here, Ryan Hall. Like,
yeah.
Dude,
those guys are jacked. Are we saying they did steroids?
No, they're just like all into weight.
Okay. Yeah, we are getting way off topic with this shoe review. Anyway,
Jim Flex.
You're sensing a theme. All right, I think steroids are illegal.
Are they?
I'll have to check.
In general,
I
never really knew that.
I think they're illegal unless you have a problem like you're gonna die unless you get them. I want them to hit the like button on this video.
No,
Robbe doesn't
we
know
don't.
what's
We
going
don't ever do that.
I have a pen. I have an
TC.
apple. I have an apple pen.
Gosh.
Have you seen that?
Pineapple apple.
Yeah, there you go. See, she knows what it is.